This is the video for the the home connection page using quarters. It says here is an array of quarters. What is the total amount of money in this array? Use numbers, words, or labeled sketches to explain your answer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many quarters there are. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16. And I'm going to say 16 times 25 cents, or 1/4. And I know that 1/4 of 16 is 4. So this is money. So I'm going to say it's $4. Okay, so we're using that information thinking about how a quarter is also the same as 1/4 to help us figure out these problems down here. So for example, I know that 1/4 of 4 is 1, but this is 25, not 25 hundredths. So I need to add 2 zeros at the end because the decimal has been moved over the 2 places. So we're going to think about it that way throughout the rest of the problems. Some of these are somewhat easy because they divide easily by 1/4, like 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 would be the answer, and then 300 because it's times 25. Others are not as easy, like 10. 10 doesn't easily divide by 4. So I have to think about half of 10 is 5, and then 1/2 of that, so 1/4 is 2.5. So my answer is 250. That's how you're going to want to think about that. Obviously, you would be able to figure that out because you're just going to move the decimal over because it's multiplying by 10. But I want you to also be thinking this way so that you can figure out some of these others. Number 3 says, Rosie says she can solve 24 times 25 using the information above. Do you agree with her? Why or why not? Yes, I agree with her because I know that 1/4 of 24 equals 6, because 6 times 4 is 24. And so I can think of 600 as being the answer. So that's what I would say. If you have a different answer, maybe you don't think she can use it. Tell me why. Going on to the back, we have a whole bunch of these same kinds of problems. So here's the example they give you. I know there are 4 25s and 100, 4 quarters and a dollar. 36 is equal to 9 groups of 4. So 36 times 25 is like 9 times 100. So they're moving that 4 times over to the 25. So here's our answer right from the front. So we just said that 6 is 1/4 of 24. So 600 would be our answer. So you're going to do sort of the same thing throughout these, but now on the second row, it's kind of again like our double in half. 50, half of 16 is 8. So the answer is 800. And so again here, half of 24 is 12. So the answer for that would be 1200. Now when you get to these with 75 in them, you have to think about what 1/4 of the number is, and then multiply that times 3. So 1/4 of 2 is a half. So 0.5, or 50 in this case because of where the decimal is. So 50 times 3 is 150. Notice I'm leaving a lot of these blank for you to think about and figure out on your own. Be careful when you get to these where you have odd numbers. You have to really think about what 1/2 of 17 and 33 are because of those odd numbers. All right, in the challenge, you're going to think, now you're thinking back to quarters though, being 1/4 of the number. So think carefully. If you want to try the challenges, go ahead and do that. If you feel like you don't understand that enough to do it, don't worry about it. But if you can, give it a try. As always, if you have more questions, please feel free to ask.